Hey founders, this is Jason here, and in today's video, we are going to talk about the three mistakes during or maybe at your first networking event. And I'm inspired to do this video because I just came back from a networking event as well. And I thought that I should do this to help more beginners to succeed or maybe to help you with more opportunities to unlock during your networking. All right, everything I teach you in this video has already produced over 22 million worth of sales opportunities in the last since 2011. All right, so know that it works. Okay, so in this video, we are going to cover three things. One, what are the mistakes you need to avoid, and as well as how do you avoid becoming the least interested person so that you don't end up becoming the person nobody wants to talk to during a networking event, all right? And then what are the dangers to avoid so that you avoid destroying your chances of getting leads, sales opportunities coming your way, all right? Now, mistake number one, let's get into it, is you're stuck. Now, what do I mean? Mistake number one is when you enter a networking event, maybe you are the earliest or one of the earliest, and then what happened is that you enter a conversation and then you are stuck with that one person for half of the event. And that's the worst, isn't it? Okay. So you need to be able to pull yourself away. Don't be stuck in one conversation for too long. Don't be stuck in one with one group of people for too long, right? Because you don't go to networking event to try and go deep in a relationship. You go to networking event to go wide on the relationships. You're going there, you need the skills to qualify, okay? Your people that you are meeting, you need the skills to identify and qualify and verify who is the person you're talking to. Can this person help you with your dreams, your goals, your income goals? You're not there to be Mr. Nice or Mr. Snark kind. You're there to help your brand grow. You're there to elevate your own income goals. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to end up in a situation where you're stuck and then you don't have the skills to go and qualify and verify um, this person, and then you're stuck in one conversation. Okay, that's the last thing you want to do. Now, the mistake number two is you end up speaking a lion language to a rabbit. Now, what do I mean? There's a few situation here where if you're a programmer and you're talking to a salesperson and you're talking very deep programmer language, where the salesperson have no idea what you're talking about, right? So you don't want to have that kind of situation. What you want is to have skills to identify if this person is a lion or a rabbit and know if you can go deep, how deep can you go with the level of expertise that you have. All right? So you need to learn the language of the four kind of people that will show up during a networking event. And when you learn the four kind of people that will show up at a networking event, okay, and let's say you are type number one and you meet a type number one, chances are you will hit off very well. But if you're type number one and you meet a type number two, three, or four, what happened is it's gonna be like a lion meeting a rabbit. Okay. Okay. So number three mistake is that you did not plan for the close. Now, what do I mean? You see, you didn't go to networking event just to make another friendship, right? You go to networking events to either find a prospect, an opportunity, a meeting, or a job, or maybe an investor, or certain form of relationship that can take you to the next level or help you solve your problem, right? It could be a customer, it could be a prospect as well. Okay. Now, the biggest mistake of attending a networking event is that you are showing up without planning for the close. Is going to be like entering a relationship and you never ever propose, right? So what you want to do is to make sure that you need to plan for the close and you don't end up going to a networking event just free spirit and not closing anything at all. All right. Now, you might be wondering, okay, how do you avoid this mistake and what should you do instead? Okay. Now, if you are in a business or in a sales career or in the form of some related. So for the next select few of you, I want to talk to you next. Now, do you want to hit your dream goals this year? Now, if you are going to networking event, I assume that you have some form of income goals or some form of revenue goals or some form of dreams that you want to achieve, right? That's why you put yourself out there in meeting new people, forging new relationship, and forming new partnership, right? So in the next 10 minutes, I want to show you how a tutor went from earning $1,000 a month to hundreds of thousands in just under 100 days, as well as how a fund manager makes over $29,000 in under 16 days, and how he got paid to pitch to a room of hot investors. At the same time, I'm going to show you how you can accomplish your dream goals this year. Okay? Now, you might be thinking, who is this for and is this for you? Honestly, after doing this for almost 20 years now, I made it work for almost everyone. Whether you're in sales, you're in financial services, you're in real estate, you're a working professional, or you are a online marketing, or you want to use it to improve your relationship, or you are a speaker, a coach, an education sector or consultant, or maybe you just rise up and elevated into the role of a leadership and you're working in a corporate environment. If you're in any one of these eight, it works for you. Okay. Now, what are we going to do is we are going to identify, okay, if do you want higher closing rates? Do you want lesser objections? And do you want more referrals? Right? Now, I'm sure that if you're in sales career or in business, you want at least one of these three, correct? However, do you find yourself, right, facing one of the biggest common problem or objections such as it's too expensive? Okay? Now, your biggest enemy that is stopping you from being able to have higher closing, lesser objections, and more referrals is this thing called the confirmation bias. Now, what is the confirmation bias? The easiest way for me to explain it is like with this image over here. It's like how the frame of the camera only capture one part of the problem. That is confirmation bias. Okay, inside your head of your, how do we know if you have a confirmation bias going on with your prospect? Okay, now you look at this table again. Do you see that the table is formed by at least 3 to 4 legs? So when your prospect have a situation where they are saying, oh, it's too expensive, right? So then what happened is that what really happened is there's something else that forms that belief about your product and your services. And at the same time, for yourself as well, if you're not hitting your dream goals, you yourself have a belief that is formed by certain references. Now, how do you know that you are actually talking to a prospect that is that is giving you problems and you're facing the real problem of this confirmation bias? Now, ask yourself if you face any one of these 5 problems when you're talking to your prospect or when someone talks to you. Are you defensive? Are they defensive? Are they do they always argue with you? Are they always dismissive of you? Do they ignore the facts that you provide to them? And are they very selective of what you tell them? Okay. So if let's say any of this is starting to happen, that means you're fighting the confirmation bias. Okay. Now, that being said, I want to show you, right, if you can overcome and how can you overcome this, and also how do you double your sales in within your time frame that you want. Now, there's a few ways. Specifically, there's 5 ways. Number 1 is you go and prospect more hours. Number 2, you go and meet more people. Now, honestly, we only have so much time in a day. Isn't it true? You can only prospect for so many hours and you can only have so much time to meet so many people. Now, so therefore, this is not really very realistic. Okay. Now, for some of you, maybe you're already doing this, which is to advertise for more leads. And what happened is that if you don't learn to overcome the confirmation bias, what is happening is that you have a higher cost per lead, and it's very difficult to get you a very qualified spending leads, right? Now, another way to get to double your sales is you go and ask for more referral. But let's face it, let's be very real. In today's market, asking for referral is almost like begging. Agree? Okay. And number 5 is to raise your price. If you can go from selling $1 to $2, okay, chances are you double your sales. But not everyone is in a situation or industry that you can really raise your prices by double that easily, right? So now, what if I tell you, and if I were to tell you that it's a better way, okay? And this better way, right, will help you qualify better so that you avoid wasting time with very unqualified leads. Because you see, if you spend less time with unqualified leads, if you learn to qualify them better, then isn't it true that you can make a lot more money faster and earlier? Because if you learn how to qualify the leads and you don't spend time with those who are not qualified, chances are you can spend more time with people who are more qualified, right? Good. Next is that you'll be able to close better. And you want to close better, why? So you really can speed up your earnings and reduce your sales cycle. Agree? Good. So what is that better way? The better way is to become the category king of the market. Instead of being one of the many and talking like everyone else, adding more to noises, you want to rise up and become the authority of your industry, be the authority of your marketplace, become the category king of what you're doing, right? Now, what is the dangers if you don't do that and if you stay underneath and stay as one of the many? The truth is, right, you continue to be stuck in price war, isn't it true? Okay, you always have to give discount, and what happens is that you kill your profits. And when you kill your profits, why is it so bad? It's because that during a bad economy, you are going to be suffering. You are going to be not enough cushion to deal with inflation and rising costs. And what happened is you end up becoming a victim to the quote-unquote bad economy. And you started telling everyone else and you started complaining about how it's a bad economy, so people are not spending, right? Okay, but the truth is this. Isn't it true that a lot of people still will spend money because they are still going to eat, they are still going to go for beauty services, they are still going to go for aesthetic services, they will still buy toys and gifts during Christmas? So the truth is, right, there will always be buyers even in a bad economy. There will always be spenders even in a recession. The truth is, they're just not buying from you. And the question you have to answer, right, is during the bad economy and a recession, will they buy from you? Because either way, someone will spend money. Okay, so during bad economy and recession, this is your chance to shine. Because what happened is, if you rise up to become the category king in the market, what happened is that the market will weed out and flush out all the weak hands and the weak players of the market, so that by the time they are weeded out and they are flushed out, you remain as the only visible one in the market. You stay as the authority and you become the category king. Now, would that be something of interest to you? Because if that is something that's of interest to you and you like what you're hearing, everything I teach you has been tested and proven, and it has been proven that is learnable and transferable to my graduates as well. So my question to you now is this. Would you like to learn my proven step-by-step selling system that's already proven to generate over 10 million in combined sales revenue and opportunities since 2011? All right, if you're interested, listen to what Saifu have to say.
Hi everyone, this is Saifu Rizal, the founder of Mathmologies. I just got off a call with Jason Lim, and I must tell you how valuable his time really is. He gave me one simple advice, just one small tip that allowed me to double the number of people that came to my workshop, and then after that, of course, it created even more sales for me, amounting to roughly $15,000. What he has structured for me what he has critiqued for me, I think will easily, potentially double or triple my return on investment, and that is something that is very difficult to do.
Anyone else agree that is quite difficult to do, especially in our rising competition, rising inflation, and rising buyer sophistication, especially in the age of AI, where we are drowning in information and we're starving for wisdom? Agree? So let me show you some proof as well. Okay, and at the top of this screen, you will start to see that the number will start adding up on the result I showed you to show you of the total sales revenue that has been produced. Okay, now this is selling a podiatry product. Average ticket size is no more than $10. I think highest was only about $12. And in the month of November, he still made over $20,000. This was a young boy in his early 30s, and you can see that he asked for a short call, and I entered the call with him at 9:10. By 9:40, he closed the deal for $20,000. See that? I asked him, I said, hey, my man. And then he said, my first freaking deal. Do you remember when you close your first deal and that feeling? Have you closed your first 5-figure deal yet? If not, would you like me to teach you how? Okay. Now then I asked him, did any of the teaching I gave you helped? And then he said, truly helped me build my confidence, give me clarity on how to control and navigate the conversation. Would you like that for yourself? With clarity, with confidence to control the navigation? I'll teach it to you, right, if you're interested. Now, chances are you already know what you're doing. Chances are you know what you need to do. But there's a lot of old beliefs that's holding you back, just like this tutor here. He has so many old beliefs that was holding him back, that was stopping him from doing the closing, doing the selling, doing the presentation. And you can see here, he broke down many old beliefs, and he's on the verge of an additional $10,000 in the bank account, something he never thought about. Now, my question to you watching this right now, are there things that you never thought about that if it happened will totally transform your life forever? How about just like Sean? You see, he managed to reconnect another long-lost client, potentially with 11,000 job on the line. I asked, is this on top of the $20,000 sales you already closed? And he said, yep, this is the fourth one. Didn't get the third quote joke. That's fine, Sean, you got the fourth one. He already closed 20 and on the way with another $11,000. Now, this is a laundry shop. And you know, if you're in any form of laundry shop, old, traditional, boring, it can't get even more boring than this, right? Than this laundry shop. So you see here, he closed a $57,000 deal that recurs every single year. So, see, let's put it this way. In the last few years that he have learned from me, okay, in his first 100 days, he closed a $50,000 client. Now, what if he used what he learned from me and only closed an extra 9 more clients, a total of 10? Within the next 6 years, can you close at least 10 clients? Because if you can, then here's the number. An extra $3.4 million in the next 6 years entering your pockets. Now, I don't know about you, but 3.4 million sounds pretty good, isn't it? With just 10 clients. Okay, so let's recap. Right now, the total sales revenue is about $3.5 million. Okay, now let's look at another one. This is a fund manager. I thought he closed 30 sign up, but he actually closed 45. And I celebrated him and celebrate his success. Let's look at what kind of success that he generated. You see, he has a total of $29,000 during his first 16 days with me. He made that money. Let's do some forecast that if he were to do 8 events per year or only 8 events for the rest of his life. All right. And at each event, he only raised about 2 million. Now his total AUM would be about 16 million, and he collects a fee of 2%, therefore earning another 300,000. This will put him at least about $500,000 of earning, just like that. Now, would it be nice for you to unlock a skill set and a mindset and the tool set for you to unlock an extra $500,000 for the rest of your life? Would that be nice? Right? If your answer is yes, I would love to teach what I have for you as well. Okay. So this one is another one, a tutor. He made over he said, where got tuition teacher make 5 digits in one day? I asked how did it happen? He said 3.5 thousand over 3 sign up, that's $10,000. This is a photographer. This photographer, he makes over $8,000 in his first 50 days. He closed a $8,000 client. He collected 4,000 deposit. Okay, this was a math tutor, right? This math tutor, see how excited he is. Oh my God, Jason, I'm so excited. I can see it coming. I can see the 2,000 coming in. I got to work really, really hard on my pitch, right? If you haven't closed your first $2,000 deal, would you like me to show you how? And would you like me to teach you how to position your brand, how to package your offer, and how to pitch for profits? If so, then great. Right? I'll teach you how to do that, all of that. Okay. Now, this is another one. He said, thanks for advice. No discount given. Do you see that? No discount given. Okay. And want to take up the coaching session. Okay. If once it closes, it will be the largest amount in 1 month from any student. Now, what is your largest amount in 1 month? Is it 10,000? Is it 1,000? Or is it 100,000? How would you like to collect your largest amount in 1 month? I'll teach you how. Now, this one is, if you are starting to think, oh my God, all of these people are already very good at what they do. They're very experienced, and they are very they probably are very how do you put it? Very talented, right? No, let me tell you that this is right now what you're seeing here is a 29-year-old kid. He offers PSLE oral coaching. You can see here, I asked him to clarify for those reading your testimonial. You broke through your first $20,000 month in your first 54 days with me. Is that correct? He said, yeah, man. I said, oh my God, so proud of you. And we went for a celebration. He's only 29 years old. So if he can do it, you can do it. Okay. And finally, one of my early years graduate. And let me tell you his story. Okay, look at this. He said, my $2,000 deal turned into a 2 million opportunity over a website pitch. I still cannot believe it. It was such a mind-blowing experience that a pitch had opened doors for my life and in ways I could never imagine and never thought possible at all. Thanks, Jason. You're welcome. Now, do you remember what I asked you just now? I said, what are the things in life that you never imagined could happen, you never thought possible will happen, but if it did, it happened, will totally, completely, 100% radically change your life forever? This is what I mean. Can you imagine you going out there pitching for a $2,000 website and you actually receive a 2 million opportunity? And let me tell you why this is so significant. Because when this graduate learned from me, he's already near his 50s. He has 5 children and a newborn. He has 4 elderly that he has to look after, plus his wife. He has over 10 lives on his shoulder. And at that point of time, the banks were already going after his furnitures. It was that bad. So do you know how significant this hope had opened up for him? That his life, he can finally seize control again. He can take control of his life again. He has hope again. He never imagined that this can ever happen to him at all. He would never thought of this. That's why Now all my programs are built with him in mind as well, together with my Titi. You know, I dream of one day that I might not be around for my own younger brother. So if I'm gone early, my programs are my way of being around for him. At the same time, for graduates and clients, I create it with this graduate in mind, that one day someone could end up using their entire life savings or even go on a negative just to learn from my program. And this could be the one last program that they bet their farm on, that they gamble everything on, that they put their entire future on the line, and they risk their entire family's future on me. I cannot and will not take this lightly. I will not put them at risk. So therefore, my programs are always built with this in mind, knowing that somebody out there might be in this situation again. Right? Now, and if my program were to be the last hope for them, it has to work. It has to work for them. Just like it worked for everyone else that I've showed you about. So let's recap. Now, if you like what you're listening and if you like what you have heard so far in the last 20 minutes, I want to invite you to be considered and join as a graduate as well. Of course, I can't help everyone. You got to apply, you got to request, and I got to know if I can help you, your product, and your business, right? So, all in all, the total opportunities and sales revenue that's being generated just by this 11 results alone has over 22 million. Now, my question to you watching this right now is this. Are you convinced I can help you? Number one. Do you want the confidence to close anyone? Number two. Number three, are you committed to take action? Are you an action taker, or are you someone who keeps complaining? Do you want to be a victor, and a winner and a champion, or do you want to complain and be a victim? Now, if you are who I think you are and you want to win, you want to be a victory, you want to be a champion and you want victory, and you're willing to take action, you're a committed action taker, and you want a shortcut and a fast track to your dream income goals, then what I want you to do is follow the instruction that comes with this video, and I want you to submit an application and apply to be considered to enroll for the program. And if you are approved and accepted, congratulations, your life will be changed and transformed forever. And I'll see you on the other side.